Welcome to the Evil and Eerie Podcast, episode 9. We are back with Michelle.
Hey.
Who is going to go for round 2.
I'm ready.
So, Michelle, why don't you tell us something creepy that happened to you?
Like in general?
Yes.
In life? Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of creepy things happen to me. Didn't think I was going to put on the spot that quick, though.
Well, you are.
This orange is still really creeping me out.
Yeah, if you listened to our episode on Wednesday, you heard all about the orange or tangerine or clementine.
The mysterious orange in our Chipotle.
The mysterious orange fruit that ended up in our Chipotle along with the apple juice, although I'm not disappointed about the apple juice. Well, you know what? Eat your onions and be quiet.
I'm gonna. Just eat some onions.
What a sad life we have. We are coming off of quite a deep episode with Amy Mullis, but we're gonna lay her to rest forever now. We're done talking about her.
We're done with the corn rakes.
We are done with the corn rakes, is right. Have you seen any good, scary stuff lately? I almost said, have you seen any good porn lately?
I mean,
because
they both go hand in hand, right?
I was thinking about the whole lemon tree porn thing.
I still don't understand. What? Is that a real video?
It is, but I have not seen the sexual part of it.
This is a real occurrence that happened.
Yeah, you can look it up on YouTube. We can do it now, actually.
Like a natural, just it happened. Who was videotaping it?
I don't know. The cinematographer's name.
We're going to have another episode about lemon tree porn.
It's called Lemon Stealing Whores, the video.
This doesn't seem legit.
It is. Look it up.
Let's continue. Don't worry about it. Lemon stealing porn? Lemon stealing porn?
Yeah. Did you find it?
What? It's on YouTube? What are we on here? All right, let's talk.
Let me know if you end up watching the other part. Please don't. Please don't.
This isn't like a natural occurrence. This was like obviously planned.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. I was like, did this just happen? Like this was just like someone was like.
When is that ever the case with porn?
I don't know. You made it seem like it was just like something that happened one day.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? We can recreate it if Corey comes in and starts taking lemons out of that bowl.
Are these real? No.
Watch this and I'll be real either.
They've never been real.
Oh, it's soggy. There's like a little puddle of juice in the cup. All right. I feel like we need to put this on a t-shirt too. Maybe we can sell this.
That specific one.
Yeah. And we can make other fake ones and sell them as duplicates. Before we reveal today, actually, no, we'll reveal the episode now so you don't leave. We're talking about where Michelle and I met, which was at work. And it is a crazy story. It's a multi-part episode. We cannot cover everything in just one.
Really the strangest experiences of my life.
And we're gonna dive in a second, but before that, you guys need to follow on every social app that we have: Instagram at Evil and Eerie Podcast, Twitter at Evil Eerie Podcast, TikTok, and Facebook. And we're also on YouTube. Look up the Evil and Eerie Podcast. We've got some videos up. We do have a website. It's www. Oh yeah, it's been up for a while now. www at Evil and Eerie Podcast. .com.
Huh? Like
what?
What is it?
www.evilandeeriepodcast.com. I used WordPress. Did you access it?
Can I fix this?
Sure. Thanks. Is it going to cost me extra?
You just buy me a pizza.
Okay.
But please give me the login. I'm going to work on this tomorrow.
Check out our website. Check out our YouTube page because we're going to be putting all the episodes on there. They're also on Podbean and Apple Podcasts. Rate and review us. Download. But anyway, back to the YouTube. We are going to be putting other videos on there, not just the podcast episodes. We might start a couple other series I might do over Zoom with some people. You're going to see our faces. It'll be video casts. We might do a comedy one that'll come out once a week. We might do specials on there, Q&As, fan-submitted videos, all the fun stuff. So definitely check that out.
Check it out.
And merch is coming. Merch is coming at some point. And as well as a Patreon account, which is you give us a couple of dollars per month and you get perks. You get video chats with us, merch whenever it comes out, and bonus episodes that only you can hear. So we have a bunch of fun, exciting stuff coming. That was a mouthful. Let's talk about today's episode, which is about the escape room that Michelle and I met at and worked at.
Connecticut's premier escape room experience.
I'm going to throw this orange at you.
It's fair.
Those words almost made me puke. So, for those of you who don't know what an escape room is, consider yourself lucky and let it stay that way. An escape room is when you sign up for an event.
Willingly.
Willingly.
And pay for it.
And it's not cheap. It is not cheap, although people that own escape rooms will say it is. Most of them are you look for an object to solve a storyline, and this is starting to sound a little bit too much like my intro.
Just let it out. Let it.
But some are you actually escape from locked doors. And, you know, they're fun. Unless you work at one, then they're not fun. But they're fun to the outsider. They were really popular in like 2016, 2017. They've definitely died down a lot. Especially with COVID, nobody wants to do indoor stuff this summer. Everybody's going to be outside.
Surprisingly, no one wants to be locked into a
I know.
small, dingy
Can you
room.
imagine that? Where all the virus is just collecting.
It's a series of puzzles and rooms that you have to solve as a team in order to meet an objective. Whether that be escaping, quote unquote, because don't worry, you're never locked in. Remember, and all those people died? Can't do that anymore. No fun. So now you just gotta like solve a story or like not unlock a door. So that's
now it's sounding like your intro.
Thrilling. Thrilling.
So
is it gonna be fun though, Lorenzo?
Hey, we don't talk about Antoinette yet.
Is it gonna be scary?
She's on the list. Don't worry. So yeah, keep listening because you'll get to hear about our favorite customer who is also the guardian angel of the business. Not anymore. I mean, not since we've left, but when we were there, she was the guardian angel.
I think she's still
alive.
Helping me out, you know? I think she's following me.
She's probably still alive.
I would assume so.
I would hope so. She didn't seem like she was
She's outside right now. I invited her.
I invited Cloris, so good trade.
You know, the other one that we didn't give a nickname to yet, she lives like right over there.
Yeah.
Like literally like right over there. It freaks me out. Every time I see her
like,
little Snapchat.
Like you can throw a ball and it would hit?
I mean, no.
Oh. Well, her we're going to call Carmen with a K.
Okay.
Yeah, you have an hour to solve everything or escape, and generally you'll have fun. Get her out of my face. Get Carmen with a K out of my face. She looks even worse in person.
In theory, you will have fun at these events, or you will be miserable and hate yourself and realize how incredibly
stupid you are,
which is the likely result.
If you went to where we worked.
In general.
So I
don't think a lot of those people were very bright.
No.
Just in general.
Not at all.
I don't think there was an escape room that was the right fit for them.
But if there is anyone that they shouldn't return to, it's where we worked.
And people made that mistake times.
Yeah. First and foremost, it was not a very comfortable place to work in. There were a lot of apparitions.
Yeah.
And so it was a historic mill. It was built in 1823. and it was used for machinery. So they built and sharpened tools there.
Like corn rakes?
Like corn rakes, and then they shipped them off to Iowa.
Where they would be used in murder.
And they made hatchets that they shipped off to Fall River, Massachusetts, where Lizzie Borden collected them. And then they also made oranges that they sent to the Bell Witch down in Tennessee.
So the overall karma of the building, you're saying, is just very askew.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of negative energy there. I remember when I started, someone told me there was a prostitute that died.
Well, I wasn't... Yeah, so they're... Eat an onion.
Tell me about the onion.
Because you're laughing too much. We need you to cry a little bit more.
You need to log into this because you don't have any of these uploaded. You don't have any of these links. It's pissing me off.
Oh no, I forgot about that.
Just give me the login right now and I'll do it while we do this.
I don't know it off the top of my head. It's probably... I don't know it off the top of my head. I'll get it to you as soon as I get home.
It's fine.
So, as she continues to harass me about my website...
It's just not acceptable.
You sounded like you were going to say something not that bad. It's just not. And you said,
this is what you wanted from me.
You know what?
Sober Michelle.
Well, this is the brutal honesty that people either like you or hate you for. And luckily, in this house...
Like, what does everyone
You're
think?
hated and loved.
I don't know. I can't tell sometimes.
So they're apparently, take it with a truckload of salt, that they're in the 80s, a prostitute, because apparently Middletown was the pimp city, was killed and stuffed in the wall.
Seems likely.
A very small wall. Did they find prong marks in her back? I don't know.
Where did she come from? I mean...
Iowa.
It's possible. I remember one time I found a homeless lady in the bathroom downstairs and I was like, are you the ghost?
Did she have teeth?
Honestly, I don't think so.
So she couldn't communicate back with you? She just went...
The whole thing was just I just saw her, like, she awkwardly looked at me and then went to the bathroom.
Did she smile?
No, I'm pretty sure she was on drugs because she didn't really look very happy at all.
Well, we're going to describe the building to you, starting with the first floor. So there are 4 floors. It's a gigantic building. On the first floor, like you said, is where the drug users hang out.
It's just like, well,
funny because there's also...
For the longest time, the building wasn't even locked, so mad homeless people would just be chilling.
You know what else is on the first floor? A preschool. So,
thing.
Perfect combination. You just have this preschool and a bathroom where there's toilet paper and hand sanitizer that the drug users both need because they need to get high off the hand sanitizer and wipe their asses.
Ew, imagine drinking hand sanitizer.
Imagine wiping your ass.
Well, we live different lives.
But yeah, no, they would they would do that, and it was the public restroom. And we also had a CVS across the street, and they loved the CVS. The heroin addicts.
It was a whole vibe. It was a whole area. We had the big cheese over around the corner.
I love the big cheese.
Well, you also forget there was the place next door that
Jamaican patty.
No, the place where she used to work at that had mentally ill people.
Oh, CVH?
Wherever the fuck she was.
Where was she? I don't know.
She was next door.
Oh. And eye care center.
No.
There was a CVS and there was a giant parking lot. So, flip a coin and you might see a drug user.
Oh, I found a bunch of weird pictures of that dumpster when I was looking through my phone.
Oh yeah, there's a dumpster that little rodents used to play in. If we can get away with posting pictures without revealing the name of this place, we definitely will, because it's a sight for sore eyes. And so, basically, first floor preschool / heroin addicts that would use the bathroom and steal the equipment. And then they eventually locked it because they came to the realization that there were drug users.
And we were being harassed by customers.
Yeah.
Gotta keep them out.
So I feel bad. Where'd they poop afterwards? How'd they wipe their asses? With leaves?
Maybe.
Hopefully they didn't use poison oak.
Let's go ask them.
Well, one of them is dead. The celebrity in town is dead.
Who?
The one that used to wear the cape.
Oh.
You honestly, you would probably know.
That's sad.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
He used to wear capes or dresses.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he died. He was always at.
Oh yeah.
He was always at the
soup kitchen.
The soup kitchen.
Oh my God! I volunteered there.
I know
exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Moving on.
Rest in peace. The second floor, if you're going to laugh at the way I phrased this, I said first floor, drug users. Second floor, nasty bitches.
They hated us. Ooh,
the second floor were
smokers.
I wrote smokers too.
I've never seen women smoke so many cigarettes in my life.
They were these women who had who have been in the midlife crisis stage for upwards of 10 years. They're just stuck in that phase because they would dye their hair these extravagant colors. One would come in with pink highlights, another one with blue, and they were smoking, up the house. And they were just rude. But they liked me because I was a man, and I think they were horny.
They purposely never held the door for me. They would see me approaching and just wait and then close it right before I got to the door, I swear.
What are they, art dealers? The third floor, which was hell. Which was where we... Oh. Wow, and it's doing flips.
It's the dumpsters.
Is it diving into the dumpster?
The dumpsters in the
I know.
Well, I don't know. You're so focused on the freaking...
What did you want me to say? It looks pretty?
Don't you miss it?
That's where...
you want to go visit?
Oh, you just visited today, actually. That's where Cloris takes her showers. So the third floor was hell, which was where we were on, and we'll get to that. The fourth floor was a choir, but they were also a cult.
Very questionable.
Sometimes when you would hit a button on the elevator, it would take you up to the fourth floor, regardless.
Oh yeah, the elevator was not proper. This elevator, I thought many times that it was going to be the last place I ever lived. Because I didn't know if I was going to be let out. I didn't know if the doors were going to open.
Well, at least you'd have food. There were Skittles at any given point on top of the elevator ceiling. Just Skittles. And they're still there because nobody cleans them out.
Ew.
All of these floors, and yeah, so the fourth floor was the cult, the choir. There was always a woman in a wheelchair. One time I opened the elevator door and she was smiling at me. I never want to see her again. So they were all connected by a staircase and an elevator. And
which one are you going to risk? The staircase that you could run into anyone in, or the elevator that likely will not open ever again? I was honestly terrified of the staircase for a while because I thought someone was just going to be lurking in there.
No, honestly, that is the place where you'd get murdered.
It 100%.
That's where she definitely got shoved. The prostitute got shoved in.
Oh, that shit would freak me out. And then I'd hear people walking down.
Yeah, no, it's literally that staircase where you cannot see where you're going until you take the turn. And by that point, it's too late. You're done. And, I mean, it's a good exercise, but that's about it. The elevator, though, could take you anywhere. At least with the staircase, you're either getting murdered then and there, or you're going to survive. Right. With the elevator, you can end up on the first floor or the second floor. It doesn't matter what button you press. It really doesn't. Because you will end up on the floor that the elevator wants to take you to. And she has a spirit, and she's going to take you where you...
What concerned me is that the doors never opened in the same amount of time. Sometimes it would be 5 seconds. Sometimes it would be 10 seconds. Sometimes I'm like, okay, it's been 15 seconds. Are we going to open?
Sometimes she would scream, too.
The elevator?
Oh, yeah. She would, go during half of your trip. It's probably because she was getting fussy.
Just to let you know, she didn't approve of your destination.
No. She got fussy because there was a time when someone broke the elevator. There was too much girth exerted on it. And that's what I was told. That came from Cloris's mouth. Straight. She
would know what happened.
I mean, she wouldn't, but but I'm going to take her word for it because it was the funniest possibility.
Listen, we had like 100 children on the elevator one day and it was fine. So yeah, it was definitely his fault.
Oh, Lord. How sad. How sad. What a life to lead. So yeah, the elevator. So if you were lucky enough to land on the third floor, or should I say if you were unlucky enough to land on the third floor, you were at...
Well, don't forget, Lorenzo, the first puzzle is getting inside.
Oh, stop. I heard that line so many times. I heard that everybody came in thinking that they were the first to come up with that clever line, is the first puzzle trying to find you. And the first couple of times... I mean, I never found it amusing. The first couple of times I put on a better act of it being amusing, I'd go, oh, ha, ha, ha. But then, no. Nope. Whenever somebody would say that, I knew I would like their team.
And then we would make sure that they lost.
No, we wouldn't.
No, we wouldn't. We actually made sure won.
Everybody
didn't
won.
Want to deal with it. Because at the beginning, when we were actually allowing people to quote unquote, lose as, they're supposed to, because, people just got very upset with us.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
So we were like, you know what? We'll add extra time, and it put us super behind schedule at times, especially when all of the games were running. But you know what? It's okay. We thrived. And so when you enter our floor, you walk straight down this creepy little hallway where the light twitches. There are orbs all around, by the way. In the entire building. Orbs. Orbs, orbs, orbs. And noises. Scratching noises.
Oh, some freaky noises.
Sometimes you would hear people's voices.
I never knew if there were voices coming from upstairs.
That's a lie.
Or like what though? Because
you would hear the second floor ladies, but you would think it was a ghoul.
Were there people really up there though? No one knows.
Oh, probably not, because sometimes it would be on a Saturday night.
I heard some exactly, it would be like Friday night, Saturday night, and I would hear people talking, and I would just hope that they were somewhere in the building. I remember one time I heard this man yelling at who I'm assuming is his child, but who the hell knows? Very audibly, where the hell is that coming from?
He was yelling at Cloris.
I don't know.
You walk down this creepy hallway. It's just not. I mean, when I first got there were a bunch of Halloween It was like the Spirit store. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Spirit.
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, because there was a ventriloquist dummy. There was a candelabra. There was literally anything and everything you can imagine.
There was,
and none of it fit.
And there was a Ouija board.
Oh, it's back now.
Okay.
I can't find the dummy though. That's the one I can't locate. You go into the check-in desk and you take care of your business, and then you go into your room. Okay. At the end of the hallway, so you're walking back out towards the elevator. So if you're walking away from the entry, you're walking towards the gliding doors. I don't know if you want to describe those.
Where?
The doors that lead to your death.
What doors?
That are blocked by the cabinet where people snort coke off of.
Oh my god, do they?
Oh yeah. Oh well, according to Cloris, so I don't know.
Does she even know what that is? Yeah, it was just doors that just led to nowhere, the usual, any usual job. You just have doors on the third floor that you could walk out of and die if you really felt like it.
You would have to grab onto the wire.
What do you mean?
The pole. There's one of those poles with the line. You'd have to grab onto it and zip line across it.
Why?
To survive.
Yeah, but that's not the point.
No, I'm saying if you want any chance of living.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
The point is, you could die.
Die anywhere.
So there are orbs. I mean, we're gonna go we're gonna go into the playback cameras in a minute because they showed all and nothing at the same time. And so I'll never forget. Pretty early on, you brought Sage in.
Yes.
And it stayed there for quite a while. It stayed there for at least 2 years. And then at some point after you departed, someone threw it out. And
it messed it all up then.
No, that's literally why the pandemic happened.
Honestly?
That's why the coronavirus occurred. When I went in there, so I went as a customer for the first time. And Monique, who... I'm using fake names, everybody. So Monique was there, and I had known Monique previously. And so she said, we're hiring. It's like, oh, well, convenient, because I need a part-time job. Summer of 17, I was going into college, applied. I went in for the interview, and guess who was there? Michelle.
Hey.
With the despair in her eyes. Even though she was smiling, I could tell she wanted to jump out of the gliding door. I mean, the interview process was weird. I just sat in the lobby in front of customers as they were coming in.
Yeah.
And you were pretending to care.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yep. I had not known about the place prior. I don't know if you had. They didn't do an ounce of advertisement.
Oh, no. I had never been to an escape room. I had never heard of one. I literally...
No, literally same. I heard...
just looked on Indeed, and it was like, do you want a fake job?
Yeah, what was the, because I didn't go through Indeed.
Something about like fun and scary.
Well, that didn't end up being true.
Like fun and scary? Do you want to be challenged?
Well, we were challenged every day. And we're ghosts now?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. I mean, you were there. I was going to talk about the advertisement some more. I mean, you've been in advertising. Like, how wrong did they go about?
They were just very confident
in their not doing anything.
They just thought that people would love it so much that they'd tell everyone about it. And has that worked so far? Yes and no.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm surprised by how much business they have gotten. But, it's not like it's here to stay. You were there before me, though.
I was.
For probably a couple of months. And what was that experience like for you?
It was very different. I think it was actually like a more serious job before you started.
I mean, it kind of continued into when some people left.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know.
When management kind of changed.
Yeah, you came in at a rocky time.
I'm going to be honest. I might have not liked it at the time, but I actually much preferred that era.
An actual structure of some sort.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that was, but like when I started, they had the whole like, we're going to read books and like talk about important things and like have goals and like whatever. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And then it turned into, we actually don't give a shit, make your own schedule and just memorize these logs. And I was like, oh, got you.
Which was nice at first, but
then it got really boring, and then everyone just quit and did whatever the hell they wanted, and we ended up stuck there all the time because we actually like wanted money and worked. Like I got called away from my family on like Easter or some shit one day.
I remember that.
Like, what the hell?
I remember that.
It was just messy.
And then, when I started, and we'll go into like in the future parts, we're going to go into the transition on kind of the current management because we went through years of shit. But I mean, my first day there, I was met with this blue-haired freak who, for the purpose of this video, we're going to call Stella. And she was nasty. I know you did not like blue-haired
She just
Stella.
had literally nothing of any value.
Nothing to give.
Say. And she didn't do her job well, and she was just kind of there and like complained all the time.
Well, she was trying to actually dissuade me from the job, and I wish I'd listened. But literally...
But then where would we be? We wouldn't be making this amazing podcast right now.
Oh, that's true. Well, maybe I'd be doing it with her instead.
I can't imagine.
She once told me, this job makes your feet turn blue, and I've never been more scared in my life, because then she pulled her penny loafer off. What is her, I don't know, Sperry I meant to say. She pulled her Sperry off. I said penny loafer. Her Sperry off. And her foot was literally blue, but like not like blue veined, like from like walking all day. She had blue dust on her feet, and she dusted it off. And it was the nastiest thing I've ever seen. From that, that was the only day I saw her because she quit. The only other thing I knew about her is that she liked dominoes, but she didn't want to share. Nobody shared their dominoes.
I think that's why I didn't like her.
And so we had these two creepy old men. One much older than the other. The younger one was, I think, the lesser of two.
Weren't they both like 105?
I don't think the lesser of two evils was. He would fit in with the vagrants though on the first floor.
That's very true.
I'm actually quite positive that he knew some of them. So, they did their little, socials in the woods out back, stealing toilet paper.
That's where it all went.
And so, and the older one was this old artist who was just sassy as all hell.
And very out of touch with actual current reality.
And he would hit on staff. What to think of him.
What's the vibe here?
He was a creepy old one. And so they would come in and they would build puzzles, and I use the word build loosely, fix stuff, paint, and basically they just came in and did nothing. They really got paid for doing nothing. Like, they would walk around, they'd try to talk with the customers. I'm almost positive at one point, one of them hugged a customer.
They would criticize the way that we were doing our jobs as if they actually knew anything about literally anything, including their own jobs, which they weren't doing.
They were too busy smoking and asking for advances on their pay.
And criticizing us and saying, whatever the hell about how they know so much about life, when really, like, do you?
They didn't know an ounce about life. And so it was just, they were a colossal waste of everyone's time and the company's money. And they finally, at one point, were like, yeah, no, you're not coming back anymore. And they built a game that always breaks.
Where are they now? Does anyone know? Comment below.
Well,
have you seen them in the woods?
Well, we would have to tell them their names first.
I think they would know if they recognize them. I think they would just know.
Whatever. So we had there were 4 events. And we're not going to tell you which ones because that'll be a dead giveaway. One of them was you were criminals looking to steal jewelry.
Wow, that was awful.
How would you describe it without giving it away? You were secret. You were...
Well, without giving it away, I mean, no. Is anyone really going to know? No. You went into
a fishing cabin and looked for, well, I mean, for all we know, they might think we're talking about the movie Escape Room because there was a fishing cabin in there too.
Oh, really? I was telling someone about that movie the other day.
How it's terrifyingly similar to
they
where
were just like,
oh,
isn't that Saw? I was like,
no, it's
a different concept.
The movie Escape Room and where we worked, very similar. They did their research on that movie, let me tell you. They might have based it off of our event location. And if so, I want my money. Because there's probably a character based off of me.
I mean, I did have a lot of people ask me, like, "Oh, are you going to murder me?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, go head on in." Little finger guns over here. Like,
why would you come?
Go on in, buddy.
I really don't like.
Like me in crop denim jacket. Like, I'm gonna kill you today. Like, oh my god.
Well, that's where the picture of you on the corn rake comes in. They've probably seen it. That's why they were scared. And so we have one where you're in a fishing cabin and you look for
stolen.
Art. You look for art. I know it doesn't make sense. You look for art.
It's a mystery.
You look for fish.
Fish and art.
And so awesome. We have another game where it's the end of the world and you know it, and you try to find some delicious Sharpie water to drink. There's another one where you traverse through time, you gallop through time.
There's some clowns.
That's the one that always breaks.
Some clowns.
Oh, there are there are some clowns and gypsies along the way that you've got to sell toilet paper and hand sanitizer to on the first floor. And we have a 4th one that I could not give you a definition for the life of me.
It's just a lot of locks and a lot of fun.
You sounded like you were squeezing in a shit when you said that.
Is it scary?
Well, actually...
I think that story really just summarizes the whole reaction of our customers.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
I feel like
favorite.
I
She's
feel
my
like
best
you
friend.
need. So we had this customer. Her name was Antoinette, and I feel like you need to tell the Antoinette story because you'll do it more justice.
Antoinette harassed me for weeks. She's actually one of my stalkers.
She was the one that put the orange in the Chipotle. It was her signal because she's old and she's moving to Florida. That's the joke.
Anytime my camera detects motion and nothing that's there.
It's just you see Antoinette and then you see her skirt. Like
sometimes people walk by so quick it's just like a blur. Sometimes my camera detects motion in the middle of the night and nothing's there. Is it you, Antoinette? Comment below. Anyway,
she's gonna write yes in all caps because they don't know how to type.
She's at the door right now. She heard me.
Come on in.
So Antoinette harassed
oranges.
me. I felt straight up harassed. I was about to really be concerned. No, she called first, didn't she? Or did she?
I think so.
She might have just come in first. She was one
maybe.
of those. Some people. We had a no walk-in policy, and yet people love to just come in and ask questions as if we weren't doing anything else. Which I mean, most of the time we weren't. But that's not the point, and that's not for them to know.
We were absolutely doing other shit.
We had a lot of things that we were doing. We caught up on wrestling. You know, we watched a lot of conspiracy videos.
We worked for Pam.
If you're listening, Pam, comment below.
Antoinette and Pam only. No, I'm kidding. Everybody else needs to comment. Sorry, go
on. So I'm pretty sure she came in. Anyway, what resulted in this situation, she was very nervous about the escape room concept, as everyone should be, because what is an escape room? So she had to really come in and make sure that she knew what was going on. She was very concerned if it was going to be fun, and she was very concerned if it was going to be scary. So Antoinette and I had a couple conversations, one of which she asked me if it was going to be fun, and I said, yes, of course it is. And she asked me, is it going to be scary? I said, no. She goes, oh, so it's not going to be fun then. I said, Antoinette, yes, it is going to be fun. It's just not particularly going to be scary. She was not happy with this answer. She went on to tell me about her friend that had vertigo and how it was a concern that they were going to be in a tight room, that there could be anything that could scare her. I reassured her it would not be scary. She immediately said, it will not be fun then. I've never been so confused.
It was like the Pythagorean theorem. If it's fun, it can't be. It has to be.
I really tried to figure out, like, what is the correlation here? And she was just very distraught. She really didn't like my explanations. She ended up leaving. But
not before she asked for Italian bakery recommendations.
She did. She needed to go to an Italian bakery that day. I don't know if she had fun or got scared there.
Well, she did come back. So she after the first game, though, she came back. She played and then she played again.
And playing. Did she have fun?
I think so, because she came back.
But was she scared?
Oh, I think so.
But that's the thing. Like, why are they mutually exclusive in her mind? Like, why did it have to be both?
And
either way,
she's a special lady.
She ended up having a great time. I think we're best friends now. I hope you're listening, Antoinette. I think about you every day. I just hope you're doing well, and I hope that you're scared and having fun always.
Well, you know, she did not come back after the second one, so she might have actually been a little bit more scared.
Well, she probably.
But, you know, hopefully you'll see one of the flowers lift up, and it'll be a sign from her. If it comes flying at your face, it'll be Lizzie Borden. But if it's just, you know, dancing around in the air, it'll be Antoinette.
She's gonna throw a lemon at me.
No, again, that's Lizzie. No, it'll be either her or the Bell Witch. Maybe she's one of those two. Antoinette is the Bell Witch.
Antoinette is in cahoots with Rosemary.
No, she'd be. Oh, how have we not thought to men? That'll be one we can actually do, though.
Oh,
Rosemary. We were also. Oh my God! Don't go away before you listen to this last part. We were haunted by Rosemary Kennedy, and we figured that out because one night I, for some reason, was talking about lobotomies, and she told me Rosemary Kennedy got one, and I said, "Oh, really?" So we looked her up. And there's this picture of her smiling in a chair. We have to look. Oh my God, I have to.
She's actually the Adventure Room's official mascot, Rosemary Kennedy. We hear
her.
You,
we know now. We know she's dead. That for a fact.
So we'll do a fun episode on lobotomies and Rosemary
I think we
Kennedy.
just need to combine all the Kennedys together.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be a good one.
Because then we can throw the Marilyn Monroe conspiracy in there too.
Yeah, don't forget to comment your conspiracies.
Yeah, we want to know what your conspiracy theories are. I think we're going to continue to talk about I almost said American Horror Story.
I want to talk about aliens for a conspiracy one.
I know. We're going to let us know what your conspiracies are and send us your fan submitted things because we want to do episodes on that. And I think we're going to do more. I think the rest of it's kind of more funny than creepy. So we might do that on the comedy show that we start on YouTube. Maybe. We'll do like a Zoom chat and do that. Or I'll just come back here. It's more fun here.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to set up a camera.
Yeah, I have a thing. I have a thing with the light and the thing. I have like a whole thing. It's a thing.
A tripod.
Yeah, but with like one of those lights on it.
Oh.
And, like you can like press the button and control it and everything. It's like a little remote.
Are you sure you didn't film the lemon stealing porn?
No, I don't know. And I will not give my true identity away.
Anyway. So yeah, this is the end. But before you go, like I said, rate, subscribe, like, download, follow us on everything. Join our Patreon, buy our merch. Comment, DM us, talk to us. Do all of that. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to hear on the show. Send us your stories because we want to read them. And we got sent a few good conspiracy theories in addition to another story today. We're going to read the stories at some point. And
yeah, we need like an audience episode where we just tackle all of that.
Oh yeah. Well, we have 2 now.
Nice.
So we have more than we did before. We're going to keep you in a little bit of suspense. We are going to do a true crime. And that's all I'm going to tell you. So you're going to we'll announce it on Instagram tomorrow. So stay tuned. But it will be a true crime episode. But thank you for listening.
Have fun. Be scared.
If you see Antoinette, embrace her.
She's great.
Unless you're, working in customer service.
In her pockets.
Maybe she should give you one. All right. Say goodbye, Bert. Rough.
Bye.
Goodbye.